This story is a clear reminder why Black students need safe spaces on campus. And there should be safe spaces on college campuses across this country. So they don't have to endure this shit, paying all this money to be in college to endure some bullshit. So this came out on Vox, October 22nd, 2019. White UConn students were arrested for shouting the N-word. Black students say the incident is part of a larger problem. Well, see, I don't believe we have to do all this talking and addressing. We are beyond that now. Everybody need their own space. That's how I really, truly feel. For more than a week, students at the University of Connecticut, now this is the North, y'all. Remember, the North, the better North, yeah, better my ass, have been outraged over the recent video showing a small group of white students walking on campus yelling the N-word. As anger over the incident has grown, UConn's Black students have stressed that the controversy highlights a long-standing set of problems on their campus. Racist acts are continuing to alleviate the school's Black students, and UConn's administration is not doing enough to punish the students for it, and they never do. They don't even punish them enough on jobs. Okay, so you can best believe they're not going to punish them enough at universities. It's the great American way. So the current controversy stems from an 11-second video that spread online after it was recorded on October 11 by a Black UConn student sitting in his apartment. In the video, 3 white students are seen walking across the parking lot of the school's Chester Oaks apartment complex at night. 2 of them can be heard saying the N-word multiple times in quick succession, saying the term louder with each repetition. On Monday, the same day, the students held a march and rally over the incident. Campus police arrested 2 of the students in the videos, identifying them as Jared Corral and Ryan Makcha. According to the Washington Post, in an incident report filed by police, okay, so both of these students were 21-year-old white males, have been playing a game in which they yell vulgar words. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They knew there was a Black student in that apartment where they could hear them. That was no game they're playing, and y'all need to stop that. Every time you get caught, oh, you're just playing, it's a joke, it's this, oh, it's a game. No, it isn't. You meant that shit. That's why you said it. You meant it. As they walked with a 3rd student. After arriving at the parking lot of the student's apartment complex, they switched to saying a racial epithet, according to the report. The men were loud enough for some students in the complex to hear the shouting from their apartments, and that's exactly why they went over there to do it. They knew Black students were in there. They weren't playing no damn game. They're lying. They knew Black students were in there and they wanted to be heard. So they're saying these students were charged with ridicule on count of creed, religion, color, denomination, nationality, or race. A charge that focuses on violation of the state's hate crime statute. The Post note that this is a misdemeanor charge, and the state laws dictate that the maximum punishment for this offense can range from 30 days in jail to a small fine or a combination of 2. The 2 students were released from custody after promising to return for the October 30th court date. The third student who was with them in the video was not charged, police said, after investigation showed that he did not use the slur. A UConn spokeswoman told the Post that campus administrators are still looking into what disciplinary action the students will face. The school says the use of the slur is troubling. It is supportive of our core values to pursue accountability through due process for an egregious assault on our community that has caused considerable harm. University of Connecticut President Thomas. Okay, we don't need statements. We don't need statements. We don't need excuses. We don't need none of that. Okay. The bottom line is this was a deliberate act. The slur was intentional. They went to where they knew Black people would be in those apartments, and they said it loud enough to be heard. Plain and simple. They play these games all the time. So now they're saying the student outcry over the video grew as Black students argued that the incident was reflective of deeper issues when it comes to racism at the University of Connecticut, where Black students make up roughly 7% of the student body. And see, that's the problem right there. They know it. They know you are a small group on campus. And so, they have a dog pack mentality. They ain't gonna come and do that shit on their own. They gonna bring others with them. And that's why they feel empowered to do it. Think about going at least to a Black college. I don't feel comfortable here anymore. UConn student Aaron Mangan told local news outlet WTNH last week that was actually right outside my window, and they knew that. They knew someone Black was in that apartment, and that's just so upsetting. Like, that hurts. Well, don't get too bent out of shape, because unfortunately, you're going to see these incidents well beyond college. You really are. If these folks were as nice as they claim, we would have seen it by now. Okay, we would have seen all this nice by now. We don't see it. We keep hearing about it, but we sure don't see it. Okay, that's the difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to have any dialogues. We are dialogue out the wazoo when it comes down to racism in America. And the same thing is said over and over in these articles. It's so repetitive. It's not even funny. We don't need conversations about race. White people are well aware of what racism is, despite the fact that they try to go into dumb mode when this stuff comes up, but they're well aware of it. And the only thing you need to learn from this whole thing is y'all need a safe space on campus, and there are some colleges that now offer that to Black students on their campus, where they can be together as one in one location, one building, one dormitory, away from all of this nonsense. It's tough enough learning. Well, when these people cheat their way through college, so they're not as concerned about learning as the rest of us. But when you have to study and learn and pass exams and everything else, you don't need the added unnecessary burden of racism while you're there. But these people are not doing their schoolwork. They are not concerned about learning. They are just concerned about being on campus, being a complete cancer there, as always. So, I see problems in the signs, and it's very clear we all bleed the same. Well, so does a rat. A rat also bleeds red, and so does a skunk and and all kinds of rodents. It doesn't mean we're the same. But y'all, please tell me what you think. My heart goes out to these college students, because These are things they're going to have to endure all throughout the school year. And then when you have an administration that looks just like the people throwing the racist uh, epithets, then you can expect a sorry ass response to the whole thing. And it gets even worse when you're on a job. and you got to go to a boss, and the boss got the same attitude as the person that's being a nuisance on the job. Happens all the time. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And this is just more proof that we just need to separate. For real. Peace, family.